This is the Wordlife show on Ujima Radio.
Hey, right, so this is the part of the show that we have been waiting for. Okay, today I've been lucky enough to be joined by Krush, aka Krush Landing.
Absolutely.
What are you saying?
I'm good. I'm better than I have been, put it that way.
Yeah.
I'm much better than I have been. It's been a crazy journey.
And a mad day as well.
Pardon?
And a mad day
It's been a very, very mad day. I'll say nothing surprises, but it actually does when it still drops. It still hits.
Hey.
For Bristol right now, it's a very, very sad day.
Yeah, for real.
Everybody, we're getting used to, all these deaths and everything that's going on. But
the thing is,
they hit. They just hit, no matter what, in it. And
I think I've become a bit numb to it because it seems to be happening so much. But at the same time, like, I think this is something I've known since I was a little kid.
Right, and I know you've had everyone's had their encounters. So many. We're from Bristol, so it's very small, and everyone has their stories, not little stories. I normally take that back.
Yeah.
Their stories, regardless of their encounters, their feelings, their emotions. You understand? But what you said there, you've gone numb. Since my mum passed, obviously there's been so many deaths, which we've all gone through so many, but for me personally, where I've lost my brother, and then my mum, my nan, my other nan, all the other rest, Jama's death, so many, there's so many, but obviously for me personally, since losing my mum, two things that I've kind of I found out is death. Through death comes new life.
Yes,
absolutely. Like I can't reiterate or explain, like, death's death, and I'm not here to measure it. You understand? I don't measure death. People were calling me, saying, "Oh, I got my own problems, but don't worry, because you're going through this." I'm like, no. I don't care about that. I'm still here. You understand? Don't get me wrong. It's different. Your mum and your children are different, but point being, anyway, it's like when it hits, and it hits hard, and we all got to deal with it. We've got to find a way. You understand? And I'm just proof that you can't, because I know my main fear was
your bounce back game is
you have to, and this is kind of what brought me back to the music. You understand what I'm saying? Like 2020, we was all in lockdown. You understand? Literally, it's a whole experience for all of us. Something we were from the unknown. You know what I mean? Like literally, we were. Yeah, it was a whole different experience. My mum died just a few days before that, literally, just from a stroke. Everyone said, was it COVID? No, COVID, but you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that. It was literally, when we was on lockdown, it literally was we were in lockdown, but then there was a whole different experience I had to endure as well.
Did they do the whole, you can only have limited numbers at the funeral?
So originally, no. And my mum originally got a big up Father Paul, do you know what I mean? Like she was, back in the day when she lived in Bristol, she was a real church, I say real church woman, but she grew with Father Paul, so I knew that's what she kind of wanted. So I'm telling you now, I came down for a meeting with him to set up her funeral, and he came out from I'm not really, what is it, sorry?
St. Agnes.
Yeah, St. Agnes, but he came from having his, what do they call it? The Sunday service, sorry, because I'm not really, like, obviously I grew up Naibingi Christian, they tried to throw everything in the pot for me, so I'm just about universe and there's something bigger than me, you know what I mean? But so when he came out of the service, he said, "Oh, we can't do it. We got to go into lockdown. All the elderly's got to go into lockdown." We was like, "What's lockdown? What do you mean?" So I was like, "So she's still going to get her service, yeah?" You know what I mean? No. So from that day, that's when we started to hear it more and more. Obviously, I don't watch television anyway, do you understand? But then I had to check in just to understand what's happening. To figure out what's going on. And so from there, every single step of the way was fresh. No one else was going through it apart from the couple of people that was going through it at that time. You understand? So it was like I felt so hard. My mum was such a if you met my mum, everyone knows, you know what I mean? Like they say it, but the proof's in the pudding when you pass, in it. The consistency of what people say matters. And with my mum, I felt like she deserved so much big, but my mum is such a personal person that she always said to me, "Selena, if anything happens, just dash me in the ting and have a party." And I said, "Shut up, man, don't say that." But you know what happened?
It's mad when people say that, though.
But you know what happened? The more and more the walls that we hit, it became more personal. It became just like she was. It was so perfect that's how she would have wanted it. We wanted it how we wanted it. And loving about that. Love is about loving someone how they want to be loved. Do you understand? Not loving how what your interpretation is, unless you feel like
that's a real grown thing to say right there.
I'm telling you.
That's
absolutely. So I found that's how I kind of found my peace on it. I was so angry along the way, but I never displayed it. Obviously, she's not just my mum, she's everyone else's. You know, and I don't want to just keep it on my mum anyway. This is just a basis of how, in terms of dealing with death. You understand, like dealing with this stuff, and we are in a
dealt with your mum, like
it's a pinnacle, and this is why I feel like I can speak on a day like today, and for all of us in this community, it's never ending. We only meet at the moment right now through death. Do you understand? And stuff like this, but we were mollycoddled and hidden away from it because back in the day, kids were kids, and the adults were dealing with that in the kitchen. Now I know what they were getting up to in the kitchen. Oh god damn! Do you know what I mean? Now, you know what I mean? But at least there was a certain element of kids allowed to be kids and let their parents.
I think that's beautiful.
And now we're in a place where we gotta figure it. Do you understand?
Yeah, this is it.
So
and we're now
ending.
the adults that they were, who probably didn't get it just as much as we don't get it.
Do you understand? We just didn't know.
Yeah, they're the same as we were. You know,
absolutely.
Or we're the same as they were. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I think it's the cycle goes on like
absolutely. But I think now we're just exposed. Everything's technology, all sorts of transition. You have more accessibility to understand what's really going on. So it's a gift and a curse because it's too much. Now everyone's too numb. You know?
This is it. As I say, it's just happened so much, and I think with things like lockdown, as you said, and it happening on a big scale. And then, I don't know, it's just one and then another one and another one and another.
It's just continuous, you know.
Whereas back in the day, I'd be like, I know like 3 people that died or something.
Do you understand?
Like that.
So
now
my
it's like 8
granddad
people
passed
this year.
when I was 11, and then obviously all in between and stuff, but it's now becoming so much more closer to home. So this is why it's so imperative, like a day like today with Errol passing. It's never guaranteed. It really isn't. Nothing's guaranteed. Security, nothing. You don't know when your time's up. So just do what you've got to do. Make the most of it. And I am a product to show you. If I can get through losing my mother and all these other deaths, and anyone can do it. Trust me. And you just take that strength and turn it into that pain and turn it into strength. You know what I mean? Like, seriously.
Because we've got limited time, I understand that's super personal stuff, but I want to promote some of the positive stuff you just do. I want to say a big RIP to Big Bingy.
Absolutely.
And RIP to your mum, to Leon, to your gran and your other gran, all them people.
And everybody out here, you understand?
And anyone that's lost someone, TK, everyone like that, you know what I mean? But the one thing I want to promote at the moment is you dropped a video last night.
I did, Brimstones.
What a track. What a video.
Why she scrub up welly? Absolutely. This
bounce back game ridiculous.
I'm telling you. And again, so I left the music alone. I've always done things in the background, always creating. I've mentored people. I've worked with people that still owe me motherfucking money. Do you know what I mean? All sorts of. They blackballed me because I would say at one point, obviously, I was working with done a bit of work with the Mitchell Brothers and Mike Skinner and all of that. You know what I mean? So I was the only female rocking, doing that shit, really and truly from country and stuff. You know what I mean? So, and obviously Pilo, Bad Breed. I was Bad Breed. You know what I mean? You know, so I've done so many different things, and I left the music alone, but always just enjoyed doing it in the background. When it got serious for me, I didn't know what to do because I used to have my crew around me. When I was on Passion Radio, I used to bring my friends because I didn't want certain man feeding me up. You know, it was all fun and joke. You know what I mean? You understand? So there was elements of that until you realise it's serious and you're out here by yourself. I didn't have a clue. I didn't have a story. I had Stone, Adrian Stone, and like he was my brother, my mentor, my producer, my manager. He's the one that opened the doors for me when I moved to London. You know, when actually I was back and forth, but he believed. Listen, Adrian Stone, all the Bad Breed, all of them, my people, to the death of me. Absolutely, they paved the way and they believed in me more than I did. You understand? So, but moving away from that, like I said, I've always played with music, and then obviously 2020, mum passed. I was like, so obviously everyone's online doing it rebooted everyone. It gave everybody opportunity. So I just went for it, and since 2020 I've only released 3 tracks, but I've done so much. I've just done Boomtown.
I was going to say you've done O2, and then I was going to touch on Boomtown because you've done the set designs down there as well, didn't you? So
I got introduced, asked to come and start doing stuff on lives and stuff. I think I done, was it Ace from One Extra? He done some competition thing or whatever. I swear I hands down won that in it, because I won the first one, second one, third one. But do you know what happened? He got ill as well, so obviously it got put aside, but it was the same situation with Leon as well, you know. But I still won that anyway, and just FYI. So anyway, from that I started to do it more, and prior to that, obviously Luke, Wise Guy, was putting on the shows at the Den. So I started my main focus, and it always has been, is to have my own band and do the live stuff with the hip hop, take them on a journey, you understand? So 2020, doing all of that now. Started doing work with doing the live shows with the band. Moved to Bristol now. Boom, perfect timing for me, and wish to get together in the embassy, and we've been executing everything we say we're going to do.
Can I just jump back on that Den thing, because the Den was a vibe. Listen, if you think about that original jazz blues speakeasy vibe where you come in and they're ad-libbing and you're getting the clicks and you're getting that soul coming across, that was the Den. Something like that, listen, I don't know what it is, but something needs to come back in it.
Well, not like Matt the Barber's place or something.
Matt, absolutely, you know, Matt's that guy, innit? He's his vision, you know what I mean? Big up Matt. So between them and a few other people as well, they really created. They had and Guire as well. Obviously, he was a massive part, you know what I mean? Yeah. So between all of them, they had a real good idea to kind of get the right people in there, and then also use it as a strategically to draw out the best talent.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So you understand? So that's how that fused in. So that's how I got finally doing what I wanted to do in terms of with the band, you know. So then I hit back London.
Now we've not got hardly any time with the interview left. It's flown by. It's mad.
It's easy when you want help.
See it there. I'm going to get you in front of our show soon when you got to sign up to promote. Because we
take over your show, Stephen.
I can see. Now, on the real. Right now, we've got the live performance part, so I don't want to cut any time off for that. It's not cutting you short. It's just because I know we got some hella good tracks to get through, and I've got some adverts I got to get through. So before we go into those adverts, can you let them know where to find you on social media?
Okay, so everywhere is basically Krush. That's Krush with a K. Landing, Landing, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube. YouTube, I think, is Krush Landing Music. Yeah, but if you hashtag Krush Langdon, it should come up everywhere anyway. There you go. Brimstones is out right now. Yeah, big up the Cap events.
Wicked video,
Wicked video, you know what I mean? We can talk about that after anyway, but absolutely hot.
All right, well, I'm going to skip straight into the adverts now.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's amazing how quick this interview's done already. It's 1:45. If I don't go now, we're going to lose time off this. So, right. Make sure you stick around after the commercial breaks. We're going to get to the performance part. But go check out Brimstone. Wicked video. Let's go.
Join me, Miranda Ray, for Bristol's #1 chat show, The Word, every Friday 4 to 6 p.m. on Ujima Radio, with guests from all walks of life, from activists to actors, from politicians to performers, from the streets to the boardroom, uncovering and discovering the news and views from all the voices of your city.